Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is day 25 of 75 for EDSS here in the Realm Reborn, and yesterday we had the opportunity to observe the 3 remembrance services in the 3 cities of the game, Gridania, Ul'dah, and Limsa. And furthermore, these 3 gentlemen in front of me each all want me to become a part of their various organizations that are associated with their respective cities' military. On the left, the Serpent Officer representing the Order of the Twin Adder in Gridania. In the middle, the Flame Officer representing the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. And on the right, the Storm Officer representing the Maelstrom of Limsa. And so I now have to choose one of them and become a part of their military in order to advance the plot. So, which one of these 3 am I going to choose? This was decided based on what we've accomplished in the game so far. I'm not going to take the Order of the Twin Adder because I started out in Gridania and already accomplished quite a number of things there. I'm not going to take the Immortal Flames in Ul'dah because we already defeated Ifrit and we already have an association with the Scions of the Seventh Dawn here in Thanalan, to which Ul'dah is a part of. So that means I'm going to throw my lot with this big guy, representing the Maelstrom of Limsa. Sir, I choose to represent you. How is the Admiral's speech? All but you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You've resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? Indeed I have. That's the spirit, lad. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made. It is time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Limsa and seek out our Grand Company's headquarters. So, with that we get a level 20 challenge called The Company You Keep. And this is always going to be specific depending on which of the 3 militaries you're going to join. So, the Maelstrom Recruitment Officer seems eager to welcome you to the Limsa's Grand Company. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I will send word to our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. And so with that, gentlemen, I want to thank the other 2 for their offers, but I have made my decision and I'm going to stick with it, which means if my mom's watching this right now, and from what I've heard a few days ago, she is, yeah, guess what? Your little boy's gonna be a pirate. Yeah, your little boy is gonna be a pirate by joining the Maelstrom. So, with that taken care of, it is time for me to embark on my journey to Limsa to officially join the ranks of the Maelstrom, so I will take a quick time out and join you guys back at Limsa, where we will officially get recruited. So, be right back. Okay, so we made it back here to Limsa, where we will now pursue the course of joining up with Maelstrom, and so their headquarters are to the south on the upper decks. So it's going to be to the right here. Yeah, you can see the icon on the minimap. That's where it is. Yes, this prominent building right here is where Maelstrom is based, and it is here where we have to speak with the personnel officer to get things started. So let's go ahead and talk to him to let him know we have come to join the ranks. Hail, adventurer. What business have you at Maelstrom Command? Yes, my name is EDSS, and I believe you're expecting me. So, speak my piece. EDSS, I, a recruitment officer, sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several... Sir! What is it, Private? And this had better be important. Sir, we've received a report from a lookout in lower Eorzea, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and it appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast swimming with the fish box. Yes, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in the service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Eorzea is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. And so, yeah, I have no problem with that. So, now we have to go to Cedarwood, which means we're going to have to leave Lim Solominsa. So, yeah, I was fortunate to be able to just get yesterday's recording up and made available. I'm really glad for the fact that I used 2 different computers for my recording, because the one I use typically for my editing decided that it wasn't going to have anything to do with me editing my Final Fantasy XIV video yesterday, so I had to use my main computer, which I use to do my recording on, as backup. And it did work out, and I was able to successfully record and render the video. And honestly, I'm happy with about that. Okay, you're usually supposed to see a little icon that tells you you've gone the correct direction. Have I gone the wrong one? I think I may need to go back up. Are you kidding? I thought I went the right way. Now that's weird. Yeah, because usually the exits to where I need to go are on the lower decks, not the upper. I guess it would have helped if I actually looked at my map. Okay, yeah, it's down that direction. Don't I feel stupid? Well, at least I know where to go now. For some reason I thought that Cedarwood was in a different location than it was, but no, it's directly south. Which means I ended up wasting a bit of time. And I never like wasting time, especially do it during an LP. Because, yeah, it's not fair to you guys to have to wait for me to do stuff. So, let me get mending from this gentleman here. Get all my gear repaired, and then we'll make our departure. So, yes, heading south into Lower Eorzea. So, yeah, the last time we were here, it was back on day 15, so that was 10 days ago. And so we're now ready to move on to the challenge that awaits us here in the middle of the rainstorm. Yeah, and as you can pretty much expect, the enemies are going to be, since they're right outside the village, they're going to be level 1s, level 2s, but of course they're going to get harder as you go further out. Yeah, here's an enemy called a Gubu. That's basically like the equivalent of a treant as far as experience level. And we stumbled across a Fate, which I have no interest in. No, not really interested in the Fates, even though, yeah, it looks like that person lost the challenge and was going to run out of time anyway. So, yeah, we're just moving along, getting ourselves to Cedarwood as fast as we possibly can, and gaining a little bit of experience every bit of the map we further uncover. So again, starting to go north now. So let's hope the people that we're trying to help are not in too much of a bad way. Do we have to go this direction? Let go. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, no, this is the wrong way. No, that's going into a set of mines, and I have no interest in going into mines. I want to get to the airship. But hey, I uncovered more of the map, and that got me a little bit more experience, which is, of course, something that you can always use. Never be afraid to get your experience points where you can find them. Not usually with hunting monsters, because those things are never good in terms of giving experience points, but doing quests like these, levies, uncovering the map, there are whole sorts of different ways you can get experience points. Crafting, of course, I can't ignore that as a way you can get experience points. So yes, run all the way out here, and there is the fallen airship. And there's the airship crewman. So let's talk to him and find out that this is another challenge that if my experience level is too high, it'll be synced. That's not a problem though. However, will this give me as much of a trouble as the challenge did involving Volquez at level 20? We're about to find out. So, let's see what happened here in the driving rain. It looks like the Empire's soldiers are all over it. Hello there. Ooh. Oh. Ah, that's what set him off. I guess we should be fortunate for now, but this tall grass doesn't really offer much cover. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. As they play the Shinobi 3 Lose a Last Life music. Yeah, so now we're behind a big tree. And winded for some reason, I don't know why. So what's going on? Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform! Yeah, this is bad. Hopefully these are my reinforcements. Be it ease, sir. We are of Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft and we're here to rescue you. You must be SS. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. We all cool now? Yeah, so let's go on lookout. How best to assess the situation of this fallen aircraft? I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. Oh, who's out there? We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Yeah, poor little Lalafell's shaking in his boots. Scouting party from Castrum Occidens, I'd say. Seems they want your ship, engineer. Where'd you have to help him? That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? Yeah, so much for the design, I guess. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was, so those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Yeah, for those who are not aware, there were characters called Biggs and Wedge, inspired by names of two characters from Star Wars Episode 4. They were featured as the allies of Terra working for the Empire back in Final Fantasy VI, and then got killed off by Tritok. In Final Fantasy VIII, two characters of a similar name were working for Galbradia, I believe it was. And they were in the military, and they constantly got their butts kicked by Squall and his friends. I believe it was called Galbradia. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. Yes. What say you, SS? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Yeah, I already nodded. I'm ready when you are. Like a tidal wave, lads! Charge! And so, away we go! Godspeed! Hello. An ambush! To arms! Here we come. But we have a disadvantage because it's 4 on 5 by the looks of it. Yeah, we're at a disadvantage as far as numbers are concerned, but hopefully we can beat these guys. So, ready. Alright. Yeah, come on, lock in, guys. I need us to get started right away. Cannot have any sort of hesitation whatsoever. Oh, and I'm in trouble already. But we're getting rid of these fools as fast as we possibly can, which is good. Yeah, the sooner you can run out their numbers, the better. But don't reduce them too much. You need to leave some on the field, because you don't want them to get too many reinforcements. I'll take you out next. And no problem getting rid of the magicians. In fact, actually, I think you need to wear down the numbers enough to the point where... Yeah, because there's a boss to this thing, and it doesn't appear until you've depleted most of their forces. Of course, it's very important that you keep your allies alive, too. Oh, no? You don't think I can do it? Yeah, it says this has gone on long enough. And that is when... Let's get rid of the archer. Yeah, so now, there's Magitech armor in play. Yeah, we now have to deal with Magitech armor if we want to survive. So, yeah, lots of fun. But the Decurion is almost dead. And once he's gone, we can deal with the archers. And then focus on the Magitech armor. Yeah, because that thing can do some sick damage. Right. Now for the Magitech. So let's bring it to him. Now we're doing a good job so far of hitting him from behind. Yeah, this challenge, you're really gonna benefit from having your allies with you. But when it makes an attack like that and it turns on you, try and stay clear. I don't know how they expect you to avoid that. It would also help if I knew that there was an ally coming. Okay, yeah, now he's going to start charging. When he gets to this point, he's going to start charging at you. So, make sure you're standing clear. Yeah, because the first time it said that I wasn't standing clear. Which I don't understand why, but... Hey, we're holding our own so far. And he's run off again. Yeah, he likes to do this a lot. But, we've almost got him. And victory will soon be ours. And it's now official. Go down! We are victorious. And that's how it's done. Biggs! Oh, it's the little Lalafell. Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one! Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Assess, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. I just want to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge?
Thank you, we're very grateful.
I'm sure you are. So, with that now taken care of, that means we can now return to Limsa, and so I will meet you guys back in Limsa to finally get my induction into the Maelstrom completed. So, be right back. Okay, so made it back here to Limsa, and so all that's now left to do is go speak with Maelstrom Command to let them know that we have accomplished our first mission, albeit unofficial, as a member of Maelstrom. So, right over here to let them know the good news. I'm sure they'll be very satisfied with what I have accomplished. So, to speak with the Personnel Officer again. And even gives me a salute to boot. Welcome back, SS. I just heard the reports. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of. After you're probably inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction. Yeah, they'll end the challenge here and give me a choice of what I would like to have, but what to take? That's the question. Do I have... Hold on, let me check my... Yeah, I want to check my, stuff first before I make a decision. Do I have a void? Yes, I do. I do not have earrings, though. So, that's what it would be what I choose. So, time to get earrings for the first time. And we'll go ahead and equip some. Yeah, I guess it's how apropos. I'm joining with a faction of pirates and I'm getting myself some earrings. Yes, indeed. Alright, reassign gear. Alright, with that taken care of, let's move on to the induction. Level 20, entitled Till Sea Swallows All. The Personnel Officer stands ready to complete your induction into the ranks. Quest accepted. Yeah, 4,000 experience points and 223 gil just for wanting to say, yes, I'm coming in. Let us start afresh, shall we? Of course. Yeah, they're gonna bring in a few extra crew members to observe this. Thank you. I'm saluting you as well. You are welcome here, EDSS. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Gaulean Empire, and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Mulwer Blofeswain sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, lad, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with all this talk of ship and all, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till his last breath, fights till his last drop of blood. We give all in its service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. SS, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? So, yes, I can pretty much say what I want to, unless I choose option 4, but I don't think I want to see what option 4 is because I really would not want to find out what it is. So, I will say, what skills I have are yours till sea swallows all. Say what I need to say. Ah yes, the many and varied skills of the adventurer. I have no doubt that your travels have furnished you with such knowledge as will prove invaluable to our cause. EDSS, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private, 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsa well, till sea swallows all. Yeah, that seems to be the popular phrase around here in Limsa, till sea swallows all. Thank you for having me aboard. And a round of applause to boot. Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. So yeah, that's all it takes to make me officially a member of Maelstrom. And a link shell message from Minfilia.
Can you hear me, Edie? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private SS. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a man of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting.
Well, that's good to know that we got our next challenge. And so now, officially, into the Maelstrom. So, in so doing, we can now take on various challenges that the Maelstrom wants us to do. These include such things as supply and provisioning missions. These are challenges that you build something. If you've taken on a crafting class, you will get the responsibility of making an item specific to that crafting class, and you give it to them and they will set you up with experience points for that crafting class, as well as seals. Seals are used to get yourself an increase in your rank within the Maelstrom, or whatever class, or whatever military you chose to join, whether it be this, the Twin Adder, or the Immortal Flames. They also can be accumulated through doing guild levies, which are basically enhanced versions of levy quests. They can also be obtained by doing what's known as an expert delivery, but that is not achieved until you get to a sergeant 2nd class, with whichever military you chose to join. And expert delivery is high quality items. These are the ones that are typically obtained in the challenges, the main challenges, where you go with a set of online players and you pick up the treasure chests along the way. The ones where you had a need or a greed, you can accumulate those, and those will also get you an increase in the amount of steals you can accumulate. So, why don't I go ahead and set them up with an Elm Crook. Let's, but I don't even know if I have the required items I need yet. Let me check to make sure. So, let's check in the crafting log, because yeah, they wanted an elm crook, but I do not know where that is. Okay, here it is, level 19 item. Yeah, I need to get elm lumber and beastkin blood in order to get that. So I'm actually going to hold off on that for a while, but for now we'll do as Minfilia says and return to Ul'dah. So I will join you guys back in Ul'dah, and we will make our way to see what she has to say and complete our mission here in Limsa. So be right back. Okay, so Just something I want to point out here before I continue. There is a shortcut to get to Lim-Solominsa from Lim-Solominsa here to Vesper Bay, where the Signs of the Seventh Dawn are located. There is a ferry in Lim-Solominsa that will allow you to come here to Vesper Bay. So all you have to do is just take it, and it'll save you the trouble of having to use an airship to go to Ul'dah, and by running all the way out here. So it makes things a lot easier in that regard if you're traveling to and from Lim-Solominsa to get to here, if you've chosen the Maelstrom as your grand company. So with that taken care of, let's move on, because Lady Minfilia is expecting us. And we have to speak to her in order to complete the challenge of Till Sea Swallows All, which wasn't really much of a challenge. It was really more or less accepting of induction into the Maelstrom. But, yes, who are these friends Miss Minfilia is speaking of? I mean, we've already met the recruiting officers from the 3 grand companies. But now who does she want us to meet? You have to admit, she's well connected. Hey, Ida, Papalimo, it's been a while. Let me talk to you to see what the two of you have to say.
Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand company. In Gredonia, the Order of the Twin Adder absorbed both the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver, while the Lominsons enacted the complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Ul'dah is the odd nation out, having made no notable changes to its armed forces. As before, and in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence.
And as for Ida?
Let's see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a scion and a storm? Golly, how do you keep track of everything? It must be fun pairing up with lots of different people, though. Me? I'm always with Papalimo. Come to think of it, why am I always with Papalimo?
That's a good question. Do you have a good answer? No, because I don't think you do. Sir, welcome back, Edie. Lady Minfilia waits within. So, let's go and see what the lady has to say to us. Yeah, this day started here in the chamber of Lady Minfilia, and it will end here too.
Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with a tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable.
How did he call you, though?
We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Edie. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met.
Oh, really?
Tataru, please show them in.
The 3 military officers from the grand companies again? No, this time it's Biggs and Wedge. Thanks for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs.
And I'm...
Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Yeah, tim little guy.
Wedge at your service! I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology.
I hope it's for the right reasons, Lady Minfilia?
Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers.
Well, I'm not so sure about Wedge, because he's a timid little guy.
Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands.
And so they get the opportunity to know each other.
Like every soul here, I love Eorzea. And I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of this realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Miss Minfilia. And so the quest is officially completed. So with all that dealt with, we can now take Lady Minfilia's next challenge. but of course we'll be doing that tomorrow, because we're going to bring today to a close. We were officially inducted into the Maelstrom, took our oath, had a little combat alongside them, and so now we return here to the Waking Sands to see what Lady Minfilia will have for us next. So at this point in time, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will take on Lady Minfilia's next challenge as we advance the storyline of the game. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.